Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today I'm doing a follow-up video on the DJI Action 2 little action camera, pocket action camera that I've got here. And I'm loving this camera. It is really good. I've only had it a week or so, and you know, it's a great little device. I use it for my point of view stuff. So what I do when I go out doing photography or video, I have it round my neck using this little necklace thing, and you can attach the camera magnetically to it, and it's brilliant. So I can use it for, can leave that hanging round my neck, as it were, and I can use it for getting my point of view shots. So, you know, when I'm demonstrating a particular camera, a lens, microphones, whatever it might be, you, the audience, will be able to see more clearly what I'm photographing or videoing from my point of view, as it were. So I didn't buy it as an action camera. I bought it for my, you know, to use as a point of view camera. And I just wanted to, you know, do this second video. I'll leave a link in the description up here somewhere to the first video, because I think it might be more, you know, useful to watch that one as well as watching this one. Or watch that one first before you watch this one. The great thing with YouTube, you can watch these videos in whatever order you like. So although I'm saying this has come after that one, you might watch this one first. But hey ho, that's the wonders of technology and the wonders of YouTube. Now this little camera, I bought the twin module version. So I bought the one which has got the Action 2 as well as the screen stroke battery combo. So that, get this round the right way, that fits onto there like so. So I've got an additional battery built into this unit and an additional screen. So if I'm filming like that, I can see on the back here, I can see, you know, what I'm filming. Likewise, if I'm doing any vlogging like that, I can see, you know, the front view. But effectively, this gives you additional battery power, an additional SD card, 128 gig card in there, and it can be weather sealed. You need to put it in a weatherproof case. It isn't weatherproof as it is, but it is on its own. It's all magnetic connections, so that's great from that point of view. Now, the issue I had was a couple of things. I didn't realise I had the issue until people had left, a couple of people had left some comments in the description of the previous video of a couple of things that they noticed. And one of them was what I was doing wrong, and there's something else that I noticed. I thought, wow, it's great with YouTube. People do, you know, leave really positive and constructive comments. And one of them was how I was using this necklace. Now this is great because I hang the camera from this necklace, you know, whatever you want to call it, put this around your neck, and then that just connects to that like so, and that's a really strong, you know, connection. But I didn't have the magnet set in the right place. I didn't realize, oh, it is hard getting that apart. I didn't realize this bit here came apart, didn't realize that, and I had it set up like that. And that is silly because you've got very little magnetic piece here connecting to the camera body, so it would be easy for that to fall off. And I thought at the time that isn't particularly strong. It never did fall off, but what you do is just, because that's how it comes when you actually take it out of the box. I didn't realize that came apart. What you do, you take that off and basically you rotate it. So I've got to rotate it that way. So the larger part is on the actual camera body. So of course now when you put that on there, there's a much stronger and a much firmer connection. So that was one thing, and I really appreciate the chap that left that message. So now when I go out, I know now that isn't going to fall off. You know, you could rate that quite frantically and that ain't going to fall off. And the other thing that I noticed was it's got two steady shot modes. It's got RockSteady and HorizonSteady, and I hadn't quite worked that out right, because the shots I showed you in the previous videos was all shot in 4K, and I, in my ignorance, thought that was set to horizon steady, so it would keep the horizon level, but it wasn't actually, and it was still incredibly steady, and nobody's actually noticed that. But there are two distinct modes, and you have to have a camera set right to set it up for what mode that you want. Now, I would almost certainly want it set to horizon steady, because obviously when it's around your neck, it's going to move around a bit. And how you set it up, it's quite easy actually, because it's a touch screen. You just swipe up, and then you've got your different modes there. So you've got 2.7K, 16.9 is actually what it's set at. And you can go to 4.3, 4K 16.9. Now, if you look at 4K 16.9, in the top right hand corner, it shows that it's in RockSteady mode. So when you click on that, you can see there, you can either turn RockSteady on or turn RockSteady off. But there's no way of turning on horizon steady, simply because you're in 4K. So what you do, you come out of that, go into, let's go to 2.7K, and you go into 1080p, I think, that does it as well. So if you're in 1080p, you can see there, 1080p, you turn off horizon steady. So you've got at the bottom there, you've either got horizon steady, you've got RockSteady, or you got off. So I'm going to set that to horizon steady. So now we go out of that, and we go out of that. It's still, as you see there, 1080p. So we go out of that, back to the normal filming mode. Now that, it don't matter how you turn that, that is going to give you a complete level horizon. And I think that is great. I would probably use that mode actually. I will, forsake the 4K and use that mode, because obviously when it's around your neck, I want the horizon to be nice and level. And because I upload in HD anyway, and also when I'm filming using the either my A10 Mini Pro or over there my Atomos Xcast, that's all 1080 anyway. So makes no odds. I might as well use this in 1080. Also, you get longer record time and less overheating. So there's quite a few advantages with using 1080 as opposed to filming in 4K. Battery lasts longer as well in 1080. So several advantages with that. So that's what I'll probably do. But I'm going to show you some clips using horizon steady. We just went into town, and you'll see it keeps the horizon nice and level, whether you're going upstairs, walking. I don't do action stuff. I'm not an action man, so this review isn't reviewing this camera as an action camera per se. It's more using it as a point of view camera. So that's what I love about it. So those were the two things I just wanted to get straight in this particular video. But I was using the neck strap wrong, because I had the plate that has got the magnet on in the wrong position, and that was a comment made in the last video. So I really appreciate the chap that made that comment. I really do. And as I say, I didn't have the video set to the right mode to get horizon steady or RockSteady. So to recap, you use RockSteady if you're filming 4K, but that won't keep the horizon level, but it'll keep it like as if it's on a gimbal, so it'll keep it nice and won't be shaky cam. Or you can use horizon steady in 1080p or 2.7K to keep the horizon level. And the other great thing that I love about this DJI camera, it's straight out of camera. You connect this up to your PC, your Mac, whatever, download the images straight into Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, whatever you might use. There's no going into another app or another program and then having to output that. And that's what I had to do with the Insta360 1R. If you're doing anything clever like that, you have to put it into that app and then output that as a ProRes 422 file, MP4 file, whatever. These are straight MP4 files, come straight out of camera, straight into your edit suite. For me, that is really helpful, because it speeds up the editing, makes the workflow just that little bit more easier. This is why I love using the A10 Mini Pro and the Atomos. The cameras are synced straight into the A10 Mini Pro, both for close-up shot, which is my Panasonic S5. That's getting the close-up shot. That's got the 50mm S lens on in APS-C mode because I want to get a slightly tighter shot. Then I've got the close-up shots on my ZV-1, again going into the A10 Mini Pro. When I'm shooting separately my ZV-E10 with the Sigma 18-50 f2.8 lens on, and that's getting backup audio through my Sony microphone over there. And then I'm using my Panasonic GH5 Mark II up here getting backup audio using the Sennheiser MKE600. Those two cameras are not synced up through the A10 Mini Pro. The only two cameras going through the A10 Mini Pro are my Panasonic S5 and my ZV-1. So yeah, great little action camera, learning a lot more about it. I'm looking forward to being able to order some filters because, as I said in the previous video, I am a bit concerned, as which several people have said, about scratching this lens or dropping it and damaging the front of this lens. I really am, I wouldn't say desperate, but I'm really keen to be able to get some filters. Apparently in December, somebody's releasing a set of filters with a magnetic. That was somebody else who put this comment in the last video. Somebody will be releasing filters with a magnetic, and they will just clip straight onto the front of the actual camera. And I'm looking forward to getting that, because that just gives you that little bit of peace of mind, because you don't want to drop the thing, scratch the lens, and then finally got to send it back to DJI for repair. That's what I really loved about the Mark 1 version. You could use the user could replace the filter on the front of the lens, so you didn't have to send it back for repair. I say to a lot of people actually that are buying stills cameras or video cameras, for your really expensive lens, any lenses, buy a UV filter to put on the front of a lens. It makes a lot of sense, because if you bought a lens that costs 1,000 quid, 500 quid, 200 quid, it's kind of irrelevant. But if you drop that or something hits it, then you're only replacing the filter, the cost of the filter. You're not having to replace the entire lens. So I always highly recommend buy a filter for your lens. It will save you a lot of headaches and a lot of heartache if that lens does get scratched, because you're not going to scratch the lens. You're only going to scratch the, you know, a 10, 15, 20 quid filter, possibly more if you get the really better quality filters, which is recommended if you've got an expensive lens. So there we go. Really hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit the like button. It really helps me grow the channel, and I really appreciate that as well. So stay tuned for more videos relating to video photography, audio, podcasting, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now. Bye.